folks. Welcome to Baseball Tonight. Your favorite, the Web Gems, will be ahead in this show, but in a night dominated by steals and some offense, we start with the big fella. Plenty of subplots to the Phillies-Cardinals feud. Curt Schilling and Garrett Stevenson, no love there. J.D. Drew in the city of Philadelphia, venom. So much that some Cardinals fans believe Dan Baker, the longtime PA announcer at the Vet, changes his voice inflection to a villainous tone when he introduces the former #1 pick who spurned the city. Drew laughed. Mike Matheny called it a tired act, and we say whatever. Just show me McGuire. First, we'll look at Schilling. And McGuire's got a couple of hits off him in his career, both home runs at the top of the first scoreless. Schilling, Vina. Not a good start for Curt, who did have some speed, but didn't have the location early on. Two batters later, here comes Jim Edmonds. Through, and on the corners, here comes McGuire. 2 for 16 lifetime against Schilling. Ding dong, the pitch is dead. Left center, that one goes, moving him past Mickey Mantle on the all-time list. Next in line, Michael Jack Schmidt. Second inning, the fans counting, 5:37. Schilling, Curt, you can't go there. You hang him and we'll bang him. 5-0 Cardinals. In the fourth, it's 5-1 with a man on, and Schilling thinks better of pitching to McGuire.
Yeah, after giving up 2 home runs, I think he thought I gave him all I was going to give him. Going to go ahead and intentionally walk him and take his chances with Ray Lankford, who's been struggling, hitting in the low 200s. Goes after him, strikes him out, makes the move look good.
Well, once again, I get to highlight where the pitcher makes the hitter look bad. I think I'm seeing a trend here. Mike James, Captain Doug Glanville, swinging late. Slow bat, too. 0-2. Frisbee. See you later.
All right, 2 years ago, folks, the last time McGuire hit 3 home runs in a game, the third home run in that game came off Wayne Gomes. Exactly. And there's a reason we show that to you. He's already sitting on 2 in the 8th inning. McGuire facing Wayne Gomes.
McGuire, 2 home runs. He's great.
And Mark McGuire, oh, that's virgin air. Baseballs don't head there. McGuire gets 3 in a game again. And the Cardinals win 7-2 on his 17th shot. Oh, by the way, 7 RBIs. He becomes the only National League player with a pair of 3 home run games at Philadelphia. He had been 0 for 6 with 4 Ks prior to this outburst. The Cardinals are on pace to hit 344 home runs.
Also, he has missed 10 games this year. Remember that.
Major League record for team home runs, 264 by the Mariners in '97. Big Mac was asked afterwards if passing these people, Mantle, Fox, on the way to Aaron, means much right now.
That will all mean something when I'm retired. I got too many years left to play. It's absolutely unbelievable, phenomenal to even think that my name is with those guys and passing those guys. It will all sink in when I'm retired and put my turf shoes on and coaching. You got to learn as a hitter, if you want to be successful in this game, you got to take what's given to you. And most of the time, you know, I don't get a lot to hit. And the times I do, I got to try to take advantage of it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, you know. That's why they call it an average.
Well, what is absolutely petrifying, beside the fact that he's now ahead of his pace in both 1999 and the year he hit 70, Mark McGuire is hitting a home run in every 5.5 at-bats. His career is doing it every 10-7. 5.5 is unprecedented, and obviously would be a record if he can even conceivably consider keeping that pace up, which we all doubt he will. But boy, it's going to be a fun summer if this continues.
It really is. And one interesting trend that's really developing this year, it's almost defies baseball logic. The Oakland A's and the St. Louis Cardinals lead the major leagues in runs scored. They're also way up there in home runs. They're also way up there in walks. But interestingly, they're number 1 and 2 in strikeouts. Always used to be put the ball in play. That's the name of the game. Other side of the coin, the Detroit Tigers are last in the major leagues in runs scored. They've also struck out the fewest times. Brian, this isn't the way it's supposed to be, but that's the way it is now.
Well, Dave, in spring training when I was with the Cardinals, Tony La Russa emphasized when we had our meetings on hitting about cutting down the number of strikeouts that the ball club had. And then we go in the cage and we work with Mike Easler, and he's saying, you know, Tony's wants us to work on cutting down the strikeouts, but don't cut down your aggressiveness. And I think what he's trying to say is when you strike out, means more than just a strikeout. If you strike out with men in scoring position, that hurts a lot more than just striking out when you're just nobody on. So I think the strikeouts, you don't want guys to worry about that in their mind to cut down their swings. You want them to go ahead, take their regular swing. Don't worry about striking out. If it happens, it happens.
Well, certainly a guy who has done that and has become not only a home run hitter. Mark McGwire, Brian, and you've known him for the last 10 years and seen him develop, is hitting about 330, over 330 right now. So he's not just a guy who hits for power. There's also average, which is something new in his career, isn't it?
Right. You're seeing some of these guys develop into hitters now. Mark goes up to the plate, and he has a game plan. He doesn't just look at the ball and try to see ball, hit ball. He studies the pitchers. He understands a little bit more about what's going on, what pitchers are trying to do with him, and that's why he's hitting 300.
Yeah, one of the interesting things, back in 1991, McGwire really had a struggling year, and Doug Rader worked with him, and Rader talked to him about not trying to do too much, make the pitcher come to you, and he's become much more patient. McGwire said also he used that 1 year that he was out of baseball, sit behind home plate, study the pitching, and he really picked up some things.
Right, and Kurt Schilling now has given up 4 hits to McGwire, and all 4 of those hits have been home runs. All right, the legend of Stan Spencer, a Rule 5 draft pick with the Marlins in '92, granted free agency in '95, and then signed by the Padres. In '98 season, he struck out 31 in 30 2/3, a reputation as a control guy who needs to be pinpoint, or else you'd have 1999 when he was 0-7. The other note on the scouting report, fairly easy to run on. 17 guys have tried, 16 have succeeded into this one. And the Marlins have more stolen bases this season than anyone in the National League. Spencer, Kotze, Wiki Gonzalez, he's holding on to it, no throw. Castillo had 4 stolen bases. He stole another one in this one, 4 the night before. Floyd to center, Castillo scores, 1-0 Marlins. All right, here is Spencer, and he's on the mound, and we know there's all sorts of problems.
Well, again, with a high leg kick and a slow delivery, not too much chance for Gonzalez. Cliff Floyd easily steals second base. Cliff isn't going to stop there either. High leg kick, slow delivery, trying to go to third. Wiki trying to hustle things up, doesn't get a chance. Preston Wilson walks, and he's off to the races. And Gonzalez just decides no chance whatsoever.
Now, Brian, the other thing is, once you do steal, you generally would like to score. That didn't happen very often.
Right. They got guys in scoring position all night, couldn't get them in. So it doesn't matter if you got guys on second and third stealing bases and running wild. You got to get the big hit to get those guys in, and they didn't do it tonight.
And then about this point, it looked as if Wiki Gonzalez just said, forget it. I'll catch it, and I'll just watch the men take their bases. Kevin Millar.
It almost looks like they picked out breaking balls like they knew what was coming because they ran on a lot of breaking balls.
That wouldn't be the first, would it?
No, it wouldn't.
Marlins leave 7 in scoring position with 2 down. Here's Klesko, liftoff. Right center field, Ryan Klesko's 8th home run. Despite all those stolen bases, Klesko's 8th gives the Padres a 3-1 lead. Bottom 5, same score. Castillo's at first. He's at second. Marlins' 8th stolen base of the night. That looked like it was on a fastball. And no chance there as Castillo steals third. No throw, his 3rd stolen base of the night. Clifford. Castillo would score. Marlins, despite 9 stolen bases, only have 2 runs. Floyd at first. He goes to second. Wiki's throw is high and outside. 3rd stolen base of the game for Floyd. They stole 10 and lost. Wow. Spencer wins for the first time in 14 starts. Hadn't earned a win since his Major League debut. August 27th of '98, Dave.
Only thing we didn't see in that game was the steal of home.
Now, that would have helped that team. Alex Fernandez coming off a game in which his elbow flared up. 29 pitches in the first inning, 100 for the game, 3 runs, 9 hits in 5. Good news, Dan Maselli pitched on the side for 10 minutes. No pain in his arm. May pitch this weekend against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Well, here you see it, the most steals in the game in the last 25 years. The A's in 1976 stole 12. That was in a 12-inning game. The Marlins, and then you have the Rockies, who were matched by the Marlins this evening. They did it in '96 against the Dodgers.
Yeah, Eric Young had 6 in that game against the Dodgers.
Well, stolen bases, and it was just a couple of nights ago. We talked about the fact this was a dying art. Well, it doesn't give a lot of credence to the idea that you got to steal bases if you're not going to score runs.
Right. The key, what the Marlins tried to do tonight, was they picked out a pitcher that they could run against that was slow to the plate, threw a lot of breaking balls. They picked out good pitches to run on. They were very successful. But on the opposite side of that, they didn't get hits with guys in scoring position, and it does you no good to get all those people in scoring position if you can't get them in.
No, it does not. When we come back, though, we'll have much more. Runs aplenty. Texas Rangers trying to put some on the board. We got collisions at the plate. Mike Lamb coming home, coming hard. We'll check on the Rangers battling the O's. And, back-to-back shots. They hurt Charlie Manuel.
All right, suckers. Ears up, minds open. Message from Mrs. Jones. What if your loved one only said I love you once every 4 years? What if you had to fly overseas just to find people who knew you? That wouldn't be too cool. Yet that's how y'all treat Michael, Marion, and Maurice. The world's fastest humans. Our track stars need more love. The more, the better. Can you dig it?
Thank heavens for turbos. Introducing the all-new Volvo V70 T5, the next generation family car.
Bond.
James Bond.
Explodes on video. The world is not enough. Buy it today on special edition VHS and DVD.
Most people see a lowly rodent. Seed eaters see a role model.
Welcome back to Baseball Tonight. Checking on the Twins and the A's. Top of the first, Kevin Apier, Jacques Jones leading off. Not really the way you want to start if you're Apier. Ripped into the gap and left. That starts the game, and that was the way the game would go for Apier. Still in the first. Your next batter is Denny Hocking the other way. Jones goes to third, puts the brakes on there. He would later score on a ground out one batter later. But they're still batting in the first. Apier, David Ortiz, 2 down. David Ortiz. Lefty to third, Chavez. A lot of times third basemen admit they're not really ready when a lefty's up. Hocking scores, Twins up 2-zip. Chavez. Costly error too, Brian.
Well, when the lefty hits the ball to third base, kind of inside-out swing, it kind of freezes the third baseman. And there, in the first inning, you can't have those things happen. It kind of makes them look like they come out flat.
Koski, Rip City. David Ortiz scores. Koski goes to second on Terrence Long's bad throw. And obviously, a lot of singles and error in the field. Concentration gone. Jacques Jones, grounder. Jason Giambi. Hey, Bobby! All the way to left it goes. Jay Canizero goes to third. Can't have that. Next batter, more trouble. Hocking. How about lefties going to left field? Canizero scores. Twins are up 4-zip. Apier, 3 innings, 9 hits, only 2 earned runs. Here's Long. Right field, Giambi. All the way from first as the ball goes to the wall. A's finally get a run on the board at 5-1. Still in the third, Randy Velarde with a man on second. Redmond, you can't do that. 2-run shot for Randy. It's 5-3 at that point. Bottom 4, same score. Miguel Tejada with 1 on. 3-2 pitch. We have contact. We got a tie game. 5-5 on Miguel Tejada's 6 home runs. Bases loaded. Butch Husky down and smothered. Run at second is out, but the run does come in. 6-5 at that point, and they have since added 1 more on another Oakland A error. 7-5, Twins are on top, and there's a man on third. There is 1 down, and right now we got a little chat going on with Mike Magnante on the pitcher's mound. Charlie Manuel returns to the Indians tonight, back from colon surgery, only to find 2 of his 5 starters on the DL. Jarrett Wright, strained muscle in the shoulder. Charles Nagy, bodies floating around his elbow. Surgery Friday, out 6 to 8 weeks. And Ricardo Rincon also dealing with bone spurs in his left elbow. Surgery could keep him out until August. A healthy body let go during spring training by the Indians. Scott Sanders signed to a free agent contract for the rest of the year. He gets the nod tonight, dealing with the Tigers and dealing with some early trouble. First batter he faces, little Louie don't go. A deep shot to right and gone for Luis Polonia. Second leadoff homer in 3 nights. Next batter, Jeffries. Rip City. Back-to-back home runs to start the game for Scott Sanders. 2-zip Tigers. First time they've gone back-to-back leadoff a game since Trammell and Whitaker did it back in '86. All right, Charlie Manuel, welcome back. Jose Macias leads off the second with a double down the line in right. Next batter is Davy Cruz. Lay one down. Einar Diaz to first. Look out. Tomei can't come up with it. Macias coming in. 3-zip Detroit. Error charge to Diaz.
Van Miller impersonation tonight.
Jeffries up the middle. Cruz in to score. 4-0 Tigers. Talk about trying to deal with Jeff Weaver.
Weaver's a tough guy to hit, especially for a right-handed hitter. Goes from the side, the ball sinks, it moves all over the place, and he's been a tough luck pitcher for the Tigers so far in the early part of the season.
Here's Justice. Nah, that's just filthy.
Did he go?
He went.
Went and almost lost a kneecap.
In the third, Weaver, Ramirez, 2 outs. They're loaded.
Bounced at the second baseman.
5-0 Tigers at that point. Everything seems to be raining on Charlie Manuel's parade.
It's the second time this week that the Tigers have had a lead and got it washed away. Is that bad karma or not for these guys?
That is bad. PPD because of rain. No makeup date has been announced for this one. And how about Luis Polonia, who was 3 for 3 when this thing was called? None of the stats count.
No home runs.
No home runs. Though Scott Sanders' outing may give Charlie Manuel something to think about. And let's, Brian, talk about this Indians pitching situation. Obviously, they figured Sanders would be a Band-Aid here, and it didn't work in this one. First start, you may give him some leeway, but the fact is you're going to be without Nagy for a while. Rincon is out. We talked about the other injury to Jarrett Wright. It's not good.
No, it's not good, Carl, at all. They got lucky tonight with Sanders. That outing didn't count, but the way he threw the ball is not going to be pleasing to the Cleveland Indians. With them losing Nagy, losing Jarrett Wright, and losing Rincon, that's 3 big pitchers in that arsenal that they're going to be losing, and they're going to be in trouble. And they're going to have to try to find some way to juggle some things around to get somebody in there.
All right, and their schedule's not very favorable either. They have gotten a good performance. It would seem like Cologne is back. Finley's been pretty solid, and Dave Berber's going to have to come through with a lot of innings. 2 hours and 37 minutes they waited before that puppy got canceled. All right, now we pick it up with the O's and the Rangers. Pudge, a night off. The bat, though, still sizzling. Speaking of sizzling, Frank Catalanato to left. He's got 10 straight hits. That's a new Ranger record. Chad Curtis all the way to the wall. Catalanato will come around to score. Give Chad Curtis a double. Wednesday's game, he went upper deck. Rangers down 4-2. Rick Helling, Greg Myers, you don't want to go there. That's a solo performance. Number 1 on the year for Myers. 5-2 Orioles. 6-2 Helling. Anderson making a mess of things. Number 7 now on the season for Brady. It's 7-2 Orioles. It's in the 6th, so they wouldn't be upset if it didn't rain. And then it all fell apart. Catalanato back up the middle. Lamb scores. Clayton also comes around to score. It's 7-4. Sidney Ponson exits stage left. Bitter. And who wouldn't be with the way the relief corps has been going for the Orioles? B.J. Ryan's on.
Yeah, he pitched pretty well early in the season, but boy, he's like the rest of them are struggling like crazy right now. Palmeiro a single to right center. Hasselman comes around to score. Next hitter, David Segui, switch hitter. Crunch later. 8-7 Rangers.
On top 8, same score. DeShields, Mike Venafro. This is hit hard. Catalanato to his left. Get up and get him out. He's your MVP.
He was a throw-in the Juan Gonzalez trade, supposedly. Not playing like it.
There's Wetland, Will the Thrill, up, out, together, glide. His 8th save of the year. Career save number 304. That ties Jeff Montgomery for 9th place all time. You know, the Rangers win it 8-7 in a comeback. The Orioles, losers here. 3rd time this season, Mike Hargrove's club has lost a game after leading by 5 or more runs. How demoralizing is that? Beats the bullpen this season, ERA over 7, saves and opportunities 6 for 17, home runs per 9, over 2, 25 home runs in 111 innings pitched. Not the way to go. Well, one other story, too, surrounding this club, the Texas Rangers. Royce Clayton on athletesdirect.com, which is one of those websites that athletes tend to put their thoughts on, criticized Chad Curtis, talking about actually the music that's being played in the Texas Ranger clubhouse. He has been critical, Curtis has, of the music, and says, Royce Clayton on the website, that this is now a much different atmosphere in the locker room than they've had in the past, and that Chad Curtis has been a very disruptive force, so things are not good in Johnny Oates' world. And don't forget, Chad Curtis ruffled a few feathers last year when he talked about Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez communicating on the field during a little brawl. So apparently where Chad Curtis has gone, some of the teammates have found him to be a little bit offensive. All right, more to do here on Baseball Tonight. When we return, Vladimir Guerrero, exit stage right, exit stage left, exit stage left, and they kept hitting him. How many did they get?
Last I heard, she took up with the man in the shipping business.
You wish it had been different?
It could only be the way it is. You see, life is about choices.
Yeah, but how do you know when your choice is right?
Instinct.
Mighty good choice.
Yep.
Henry Weinhardt's Private Reserve.
Y'all ready? Ready for what?
That other road.
The West's first premium beer.
NHL hockey in Portland. San Jose Sharks face off against the new Minnesota Wild. It's your chance to see professional hockey live at the Rose Garden. It's non-stop, hard-hitting action. San Jose Sharks versus Minnesota Wild, Tuesday, September 19th at 7 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at the Rose Quarter Ticket Office and all Ticketmaster outlets, or by calling 224-4400. Tickets are also available at www.ticketmaster.com. Get your tickets now for some cool NHL hockey. Presented in part by 800.com Electronics and more.
Play the Big League Challenge on ESPN, sponsored by Heineken. And you could win a trip to the Players' Choice Awards in Las Vegas and play golf with a professional baseball player. Watch the Big League Challenge on ESPN, Thursdays at 7 and Mondays at 12:30. And look for the Heineken Red Star. Then call 1-800-636-2300 or log on to ESPN.com for your chance to win. And who knows what kind of golf tips you could pick up.
This is Baseball Tonight, and we're checking out the D-backs and the Expos. Felipe, his team has been real solid lately. In the first, Diamondbacks up 1-zip. Travis Lee, Mike Thurman 2 on. Travis comes through. Obviously adjusting to the outfield position. It shows with his comfort at the plate. Gonzalez and Durazo are in. Bottom one, Expos down 3-zip. Vlade-da-de-da-de-da-de-da-de. 2-run shot. Expos trail 3-2. Guerrero's 13th home run of the year. Touched on him last night. Steve Finley is a terrific all-around player, John.
Says he wants to be a Gold Glover at the age of 40. He stays healthy. He can do things like this again tonight. Good jump. Good catch there, and brings the power along with the glove. A lot of people thought last year was maybe a lucky year for him to hit 30-plus home runs, but I think he'll do it again. If he stays healthy, his back is fine. He's going to do a good job out there.
Not buying the luck theory. Lee Stevens facing Anderson. Lee Stevens leaves. It's 6-6 on his 9th of the year. Young Kim, one of the best relievers that most people really aren't familiar with.
Well, he's got a very unusual delivery from under and throws the rising breaking ball at times. Vladimir Guerrero, frozen pizza, backing away from that one. This guy is a strikeout machine. He has really pitched well.
Only the 13th time Guerrero has K'd this year in 142 at-bats. Finley to blanks with the bases loaded, and Steve flies out. Rondell the catch. Womack tagging coming in. Beats the throw home. Diamondbacks grab themselves a 1-run lead. Next batter, Travis Lee, who's clutch. Lee through. This brings home Jay Bell. Diamondbacks up 8-6. They say Womack getting on and tagging was the key to that inning. Now in the 9th, here's Kim to Mike Mordecai. 2 on, 2 down. Oh, the brush fire is put out. The Diamondbacks win 8-6. The lose team loses for only the second time in its last 6. They kept trying until the last pitch of the game, though, he said. I'm proud of them. Brian Anderson gives him up. He's allowed 13 home runs in 27 1/3. Finley's hitting 13 straight. Womack in 14. Thurman 5 hits and 5 runs in 1 2/3. Any way you look at it, it was a crappy outing. And I got to move on to my next game. And we like anybody who assesses a performance with a really crappy. That's quite obvious. Well, I mean, Matt Manti is hurt. Young Kim has really come through for this club, and they need him. And obviously, if Manti is unable to come back, and there are some who believe the injury is a little more serious, pretty good stopper.
Yeah, and I mean, the other thing is that bullpen of the Diamondbacks. I mean, Mike Morgan's got an ERA of 1.50, and he's got 5 saves. Guys like Swindell and Plesac and Vicente Padilla are pitching absolutely terrific. But this young kid, Byung Young Kim, is just absolutely unbelievable. I mean, his strikeout ratio is amongst the best in baseball history, and it goes all the way back to spring training. Left-handed batters, he even throws a rising pitch. When you throw down there, you can actually get the ball to go up like a softball pitcher. Dave Hansen and Hollinsworth are underneath those swings. Backdoor slider to Rob Ducey. I mean, this guy's just a machine. And then the right-handers. I mean, forget the right-handers. I mean, Eric Owens, no chance. Catcher couldn't grab it. Doug Glanville, usually a guy who puts it in play. And Brett Boone, I mean, that Frisbee, they've got absolutely no shot against that thing. This kid is just unbelievable. Billy Wagner's the all-time record holder, 14.95 strikeouts per 9 innings. Kim right now is at 15.4. And if you go back to spring training, this kid is striking out 17.4 batters per 9 innings. Now, maybe if he gets around 3 or 4 times, they're going to catch up with him. And notice in the game tonight, the slider got a little flatter as he threw more pitches. The fastball was more of a sinker than that riser, but he mixes the sinker and the riser and the Frisbee. I mean, right now, he's on a roll. I don't know how long it'll last, but Diamondback's enjoying it while he does.
Because last year we saw him, and he was effective for about 3 or 4 outings, and then, as you said, they got to him. Young Kim, though, is doing a good job for Buck Showalter's club, and that helps. When we come back here on Baseball Tonight, the Braves in a big one. We'll talk about Andres Galarraga and his performance. Also, hear a conversation with Bobby Cox, the leader of Atlanta, as Baseball Tonight rolls on.
Luscious lime or red like cranberry? Oh, no, yellow like brilliant sun, mountain lavender, scuba blue for the bedroom.
During True Value's Great Paint Event, you can choose from over 2,000 colors, all at great savings.
Oh, look, Glacier Glint goes with my couch. But Heart of Gold is perfect. Definitely Caravan Blue for the porch. Wait, Red Oak.
The Great Paint Event at True Value. Hurry in. You've only got a short time to make up your mind.
Make up my mind.
Surprisingly affordable Leganza from Daewoo. At less than $19,000, no other car has taken luxury this far.
I love you. Good night. I love you. Thank you and good night.
Wayne? Wayne?
I do love the ladies.
Meeting the guys after work?
Who's your buddy?
Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Wayne.
All right, instant update here. Denny Hocking, 4 for 4. Denny Hocking, 5 for 5. That ain't coming back. You talk about a freak show. Hocking's 5 for 5. The man hitting in the lineup before him, Jock Jones, 4 for 5. Even the simplest of math minds would understand that's 9 for 10. Twins are on top of the A's 10-5. The last man in the Twins organization to have 5 hits in a game, go 5 for 5, Denny Hocking last year. Greg Maddux is a 20-game winner against the Giants, 9-0 in his last 9 starts at home. He doesn't think about it, nor does he or the Braves get too caught up in the fact that they are on another winning streak and have the best record in baseball. Good. Good for us, he says. Not good for Atlanta lately. John Rocker, a little one-on-one with Leo Mazzoni earlier in the day in an attempt to adjust his delivery. Remember, they brought in Rudy Cianis last night. We'll find out if Rocker showed up today. Bottom 6, Estes, 2-1 lead. Runner on first, nobody down. Furcal lays one down. You got a field, fire quickly. Estes off balance, hits Furcal. Both runners go to second, the other to third.